Okay, hi team, good morning. Hope you are doing well. Today we are going to understand few twists and turns in if condition because normally if condition is very simple, right, for everyone. But here there are few important things we should learn. I'm just opening code and VS Code. So I will write some simple programs and just try to give me the answer. Okay, everyone knows that if condition is very simple. Yes, of course, it's very simple, but there are some interesting things are there. Okay, I'm writing a simple program. If I'm just putting here like hello console.log, I mean if block, else do console.log, I mean else block. Okay, just tell me what will be the output for this program. Just guess it. What will be the output for this program?
Errors.
Okay, maybe your guess is error. Okay, other people, just guess it, no problem. Because who are watching this video, who are watching the live, just note down what is your answer. You don't need to told to everyone, anyone. Note down the answer and just see the twist. Okay, let me open. Okay, please be available by 6 o'clock at any cost. Okay, okay. Bhavita said, I'm in if block. Okay, okay, team who joined just now. I have written simple program. Just try to answer for this. Simple in if condition. Normally we used to write a greater than b or comparison operator. But suppose by mistake, if you written like this, what will be the output? Whether it will show an error or whether it will go into the if block, whether it will go for a else block. What will happen in JavaScript? I'm saying. I hope you have seen that. Now just tell me what will be the answer for this simple program if condition. Okay. No. Let me check if anyone is there in live. But I think YouTube Live will take some delay if I'm not wrong. So just try to answer it because
Program
even if
if
you're
condition.
watching first time, maybe you will always try to skip this one, but try to answer if you know. Okay, 5 members are watching. If you know, just ping me then. Like, just guess because if you should increase your like thinking, whether it's right or wrong, no problem. But you should try to uh, analyze the things. Okay. So okay, I'm not going to waste your time. So just go and enter into the JavaScript world, right click Inspect. I think someone has given some answer. Yeah, Hira said it's go to if block. Mahinder said it will go to the if block. Okay, let me check. Thanks for giving the answer at least. So yes, I'm in if block. Okay, this is perfect. It's not going to throw any error because this is valid in JavaScript. So if you're giving some value here, so that it will treat that okay, that is true. Okay, so that it will enter into the if block. Super fantastic. So now whatever the value you if you give, so if you give like 78, if you see, I just given 78. I didn't ask that whether it is 78 is greater than 6 or less than 6 or something. So simply I have given just a number 78. Okay, and go and refresh your screen. So if you see, still it is saying you are in if block. I'm in if block. Fantastic. So now I will ask one more question. Okay, now I'm going to ask one more question. So just try to answer it. Suppose if I give a zero here, if I give a zero here, what will be the output? In a if block, if I give zero, what will happen? Whether it will treat as a false, whether it will treat as a true. That's what the question is. If JavaScript treats this is true, then it will execute if block. If it is false, it will go to the else block. But what is your guess? Because if I give any like hello or 78 or something, it is treating as a valid, right? It thinks that okay, it is true. But suppose if you give if zero, what will be the output? Okay, quickly, just guess it. Okay, Bhavita, you're saying that okay, it's still if it is in if block because okay. Everyone, just guess it quickly because don't take too much time to guess. Okay, who are there? Maybe it will take too much time for them to catch the proper live. Okay, everyone, just try to answer. Balardan, Kira, Abhiram, Adya, Bhavita, Mahinder, just guess what is the output. Quick, just ping me. Okay, Hira said if block. Version said if block. Okay, okay. Like everyone is thinking that it will enter into the if block. Let's see the output. Let's see the output. So again, I'm just closing this. Okay, I will just refresh this one and right click inspect console. But this is wrong. It is it is displaying I'm in else block. Okay, that's why I said twist and turns in if condition. So whatever the value you give, apart from zero, it will treat as a true. Sorry, if you give any kind of number or a text, it will treat as true, so that it will enter into the if block. But if you give a zero, zero means false. Okay, it will treat zero as false. Okay, this is most important. Okay, now I will do one more thing. If I give minus 5, okay, if I give minus 5, what will happen? Just guess it. It will be more interesting now. Okay, if you are able to guess, then only you will get some interest. Otherwise, it will be a boring session, I know. Because if I keep on explaining, you're just watching like a movie. You can't learn anything. You should use your brain. You should keep on think. Then only you will become a programmer. Okay. Bhavita said it will be in the else block. Okay. Everyone, please guess quickly. Even who are watching the live, you can say, suppose for 0, it will be a false. -5, it will be something. So you can comment on that so that at least I can understand what you are thinking. Okay, Mahendra, Balavardhan, Abhiram. Okay, maybe else block because it is a negative value, so that naturally we would think that okay, definitely it will go to the else block. Let's see what it's happening. Okay, JavaScript world, refresh. What it is saying? I'm an if block. Okay, so it is clear that if you want to see one more time, so if you see the sources, we have given if of -5. It is clearly going into the if block. That means it is treating, even if you give a -5, it is treating as true. This is the most important interesting things in JavaScript. So if you give a 0, it will treat as false. If you give a minus value, it will treat as true. Sorry. Even if you give a +5 or any other value, again it will treat as true. So here, I hope you got the clarity right now, because if you give a 0, it will treat as false. Apart from that, if you give anything, it will treat as true. But when statement is not completed, let's try a few more things. Okay, what it will happen. Okay, just ping me like you guys understood what we have discussed so far quickly, because if you give a, because this there are many chances. Mm, some by mistake we will do this kind of things, so at the time you should be very conscious that how JavaScript is working. Okay, just ping me yes if you understand clearly. Quick, please don't take too much time to respond, so you can, whenever I'm asking question, just like ping me in the chat quickly. Be responsive, then only you will you will learn quickly. Okay, super. Now here one more thing. Suppose I'm just doing var a is equal to -5. So here previously I've written directly a -5. Here var a is equal to -5. Here I'm giving a value. Observe carefully, because I have stored this -5 into a variable, and here even I didn't say that a greater than 0 or something. Simply I have given if a, and let's see what will happen. Just guess this one. This is very simple. So I stored -5 into a variable, and I just put a condition like if condition, just a variable name, nothing. So now guess what will be the output. Quick, if block, if block, if block. Okay, let me check. Refresh, right click, inspect, go to console. Yes, this is if block, because there is no difference even if you give a direct value, and if you store in a variable, and if you refer that value. Now the most important thing, var a, but I didn't store any value. Observe carefully, I have declared a variable called var a, and I didn't store any kind of value here, but I just try to write this if block like this. Now guess what is the output. I hope you observed the code right. Var a, I didn't store, like if I give a 5, okay, it will check if 5. If I give a 6, it will check 6. Suppose if I don't store any value, if I didn't initialize any value, what will be the output for this program? No problem. Just guess and tell me the reason. If you understand the reason also, you can tell me quickly. Okay, Abhiram said undefined. Bhavita said error or undefined. Okay. Now tell me what is the value of A here. Suppose if I give A equal to 5, A equal to 5, here value of A will be 5. If I give minus 5, it will be minus 5. So if I don't give any value, first just answer me what is the value of A now in the memory. Okay, value of A is undefined because we understand, right, in a memory allocation phase, it will first allocate the memory and it will point to a special placeholder called undefined. So the value of A is undefined, but how it will treat if I give a undefined here, whether it will be a true or false, that's what the thing. So now give me the answer for the second question. So if A value, because we know that the value of A is clearly, it is undefined, it is not an error, it is the valid primitive. Okay, it is a valid primitive. The data type of undefined is also undefined. This is a special placeholder designed by the JavaScript author, so it has a special purpose. So now tell me, no, just guess it, no problem, because maybe it's come something definitely true, new. So just guess it. If the value of A is undefined, whether it will consider as a true or false. So I think it takes a random value and it shows if block. Okay, it doesn't take random value. That is important. So if you don't store anything, it will be undefined. So if you if you don't didn't understand, please go and watch all the videos one more time. So that's why I'm saying you should join session regularly and you should practice on the same day. If you don't practice on the same day, you can't understand what I'm talking in the next sessions. Okay, of course it's for everyone. So it is not show it doesn't show store any random value. No, JavaScript don't store random things or like that. It will do everything properly according to the rules and regulations only. Okay, fine. Then okay, Hira said maybe it will treat as a true. Mahendra is also saying that maybe it will be a true. Of course, version is also saying the same. It will be going to a true block. Let's see what will be the output for if it is undefined. Or it is I'm in else block. I'm in else block. So this undefined and zero, it will consider as a negative values. Like negative means false values. If it is zero or undefined. And one more thing is there because I didn't explain about the null. But here I'm saying even null also, observe carefully what will be the output. I just hard coded directly. For that also it will be else block. Okay, null, we will discuss about null in few days. So but just here anyway we are discussing about the twist and turns of the if condition. That's why I'm mentioning here if the value, if you put anything here in the if block, if it is 0, it will treat as a false. If it is undefined, it will treat as a false. Even it is a null, it will treat as a false. Apart from that, mostly, even if you give a 5 or 4 or a string, anything, it will consider as a true. So this is very interesting thing in JavaScript. Okay, I hope you guys understood. I will give some examples here. Allow, it will treat as true, something. Mostly, this is the one. Okay. Yeah, but a student asked the question that if a double equal to 0, this is a very important, interesting question. Very good version. Very good. The question is, what is asking? Just a minute. Where a is equal to 0, if a double equal to 0. The fantastic. So what he's doing? He is initializing the value a equal to 0. And here, if you mention a, it will treat as false, right? Because you didn't add any condition. If you just put a variable name, if you check the value 0, so if this is 0, the result of this if block, the result of this, because you can write a lot of um, logics here. So if the whole overall result is like suppose 0, it will treat as a false and it will go into the else block. That's what we have discussed. So his question is a double equal to 0. Sorry, I'm not feeling well, so this is trouble. Okay, fine. If a double equal to 0, okay, guess it. What should you only say? What will happen if a double equal to 0 for this, whether it will go for if block or else block? Everyone just give me your opinion. Yeah, Varshan said condition is true, so if block, yes, that's absolutely correct. Because here it will check this condition a double equal to 0. So it if after executing that a double equal to 0, it will return true. So if the value of this is true, it will go into the if block. So if you don't give any value, if you just put like a, at the time only the a value here, the value will be 0. So at the time it will be a false. But if you do a double equal to 0, once it is compared that, if the result of this is true, then it will go to the if block only. Okay, nice, good thing. Okay, understood everyone? Okay, understood. Okay, when you're putting comments in the YouTube now, just mention the question also. Otherwise, I don't know, because definitely there will be a slight delay, so that it will be difficult for me that for which question you're answering. So suppose if you're answering for -5 in a if condition, just mention like if it is -5, it will be a true condition. It will treat as a true like that. Okay. Okay. Anyway, thanks for giving answers. Okay. Now, if you, I hope you guys understood, right? So that's why it's always tough to join the live, because if every student join the live, that is okay. If you few students join in the Microsoft Teams, and if you, few people join in the YouTube live, so definitely there will be a delay. Okay, because of that internet. So okay, I will. If you want to join through Microsoft Teams, send an email to. Already I told you that your details. svgie dot naren at the rate gmail.com. Send me your details. I will send you the invitation from Microsoft Teams. Okay. Suppose if you're okay with that, that is your choice. Okay, fine. Now, okay, we understand few twists and turns, right? Now we can add some, we can write some interesting programs in JavaScript with the if condition. I hope everyone is clear up to this point. So if you have any question, ask me. Is it clear for everyone? Just ping me, yes or no. so that we are going to understand else if block also. So whenever I explain some concept, okay, don't think that you should practice only one example and after that you don't, you should not be in a situation that so I understand everything. No. So if I explain some if and if else, please go and find many examples will be available in a Google. Please try to practice all those things, then only you will become a good programmer. Otherwise it's really tough. Don't, whatever I explain, first practice that one, understand it, then do multiple examples as a practice. Okay, super. Now we can jump into, sorry, jump into few more interesting things here. So if you see here, I'm writing something where my the percentage. Okay, if our percentage is suppose any value, suppose I'm giving 72 or something, 72. So it will be a distinction. It will be a distinction. If my percentage is more than 72, it will be a distinction. I'm writing all the requirements. Okay. If it is greater than or equal to 70, we should print that you got the distinction. Okay. And again, suppose if you got the less than 70 and greater than or equal to 60. So if this both the things, if it is in this zone, so you can say you got passed in first class. Okay. Suppose you got less than 60 and greater than or equal to 50. So we can say that he got second class marks. Suppose, for example, suppose if you got a less than 50%, less than or equal to, okay, 50 means pass, right? So less than 50 we can consider as failed. So we should write the logic. This is very important. First, whenever you got the question, just first understand the question properly. So what's the requirement? Suppose my percentage, whatever it is, I will change here. I will, if I give a 56, it should display you got passed, like you got the second class marks. So if I give a 63, it should display you got the first class marks. If I give a 78 or 99 or something, it should display that you got the distinction. So by mistake, if I got some 49.9 or 49.5, still it should display you are failed, please do hard work. So we should write the program. Okay, in this situation, how we need to write? So we can write the first condition. If we got, suppose this percentage, because this is the big word, so that I'm just putting a shortcut like per. Okay, per, that means percentage. I'm writing greater than or equal to 70. Greater than or equal to 70, we can write console.log, console.log, what we can say, distinction. Okay, distinction, you got a distinction. You can write you got the distinction. Okay, now suppose I'm just writing, suppose if I don't know how to deal with the else if or something. Okay, that today, now we are, what we are discussing, there is an interesting thing called else if. Okay, so suppose if you don't know else if, So how we will write the program? So if percentage is greater than or equal to 70, it will display the distinction. And I'm writing one more condition here. That is, if percentage is less than 70 and percentage is greater than or equal to 60. Because here if you see, you can write a big condition here with the logical operators. Okay, I'm writing one thing. Suppose I'm writing if percentage is less than 70. This is one condition. This is one condition. Percentage is less than 70, one condition. Here, suppose if you want to, you add one more condition, either and or. So here it should valid two conditions. It should be less than 70 and it should be greater than 60. So that's why we can write percentage greater than or equal to 60. Then what will happen? Okay, it will check percentage is less than 70. So here both the condition true and true. If both are true, you will get the if block. If at least one is false, suppose if it doesn't match anything, it will be a false. So suppose normally in many cases you will you'll be in this situation. Suppose if after completing intermediate, suppose someone said you should get 80 percentage minimum. At the same time, you should have a good rank in the MSET. So if though both the things are true, then only you will get the seat in that particular college. So there are many chances are there, right? We can write these many conditions with the logical operators. So if suppose if you are completely new to the programming, what you need to do, just go to W3 schools, okay, and tutorials JavaScript, because this is beginner friendly. So here operators, okay, operators. So here he has explained in a easy like what is the arithmetic operator, what is the logical operators. Okay, just try to practice one by one. You will understand. If you are facing any issue, definitely I will explain those things also. So here arithmetic operators are there and assignment operators are there. So by tomorrow everyone should finish these three sections: operators and arithmetic operator and assignment operator. So I think it's not a big deal. It's very simple. So that I'm explaining directly. Still, if you face any problem, I will explain. Okay, don't worry. Just ping me in the chat that sir I tried, but I'm not able to understand that. That's why I'm saying you need some basic knowledge in mathematics, and that's enough because this is the mathematics one, right? So percentage is less than 70 and percentage is greater than or equal to 60. So this is a logical operator. If both are true, result will be true. If one is true, one is false, then the result will be false, like that. So now I can write, okay, console.log, okay, you got the first class. Okay, then fine. Suppose it will check the marks details. Suppose if it is 75, it will come here and it will check, okay, marks is greater than or equal to 70. It is true. If it is true, then it will display the distinction. Here it will come. So 75 less than 70, false. 75 greater than or equal to 60, true. But this is false and this is true. So we are expecting both are true. So we have one false, so that it doesn't execute like that. So I'm writing, suppose if you don't have a else if, what is the situation I'm writing, and here simply I'm changing the numbers. Percentage is less than 60 and greater than or equal to 50. So you can display that you got second class. You got second class. And you can write one more condition if, and suppose the percentage is less than 50, you can write I can write console.log, console.log, you failed. Okay, better luck next time. Like that, you can mention something. So now, if I give a percentage is equal to 75, so let's see the output. If it is percentage is greater than 75, so you got the distinction. Fantastic. And suppose if the percentage is between 60 and 65, you will get the output as the first class. Fantastic. And even if you give a exact 60, if you give a exact 60, whether it is a first class or distinction or fail, so if it will be fine, right? If we have given greater than or equal to, so it will check that equal to also. If it is equal to 60 also, it will check properly. So even if it is 60, you got the first class. And if you give a 56, so everyone knows that it will be a second class. And if you give a 48 or 49.9, okay, so then what it will treat, you got failed and better luck next time. So this is a simple program, but here whenever you write a program, please cross check and try to execute it. So if you see, I'm writing this program, I'm trying to execute this. Okay, execute this. So if percentage is 49.9, so first it will go and check this condition. Percentage is greater than or equal to 70, it will be a false, right? So that it will go to next if condition. Observe carefully, because this is not valid, so it jumped to line number 32. Again, it is checking the condition. Percentage 49.9 is less than 70, and percentage greater than or equal to 60, both are false, so that it will jump into the next condition. And again, it came to the line number 40, so that here 49.9 is definitely less than 50, so that it will jump into the if block, so that it is entering into the if block, and it will print the output. So always try to debug, so you failed and better luck next time. So I hope you guys understood, right? Just give me a small confirmation, then I will explain what is the importance of else if now. So if you understand so far, just ping me yes. If you have a confusion, just ask me, I will explain one more time. For watching the live, if you are also very close, that if you understand what we have written, how it is working, just ping me yes if you understand. If you don't understand, just ping me what you didn't understand. I will try to explain one more time. So this is not kind of a tutorial. This is not kind of a tutorial. It is completely a classroom training. But if I mm, put a classroom, a live classroom, and it's very difficult for you to wake up and you should reach that classroom, and this is difficult. So we are utilizing this virtual classroom. That's it. So apart from that, don't think that it's a tutorial. Raghu, why you are asking questions? Just explain. We will do practice. Either we are interested or not. No, this is classroom training. How many people are joining? I will take care of everyone. I will cross check what you are doing, what you are writing. Okay, every day I will check your code also. That's what. Otherwise, it's very difficult to learn. Okay, well, just ping me. Understood, everyone? Very good. Okay, okay. So here it's already 6:43, so we can finish this one and we can close it. So if you see, suppose, just understand the problem here. Suppose if I give a 75 and if I try to debug, okay, I'm just closing this, refresh and put a breakpoint one more time. The source, I'm just putting a breakpoint here. So if you see, Right now, we have given the percentage as 75. Okay, just start debugging. Okay, just refresh. So start debugging. So I'm just going to the, right now we are in line number 21, so that it will store 75 into percentage. That's very good. So if you see percentage 75 is greater than or equal to 70, it is perfectly valid, it is true. That's why it will go on print. You got the distinction. So if you see it already completed, you got the output, you got the distinction. But still, even you got the output, still it is executing all the lines. So right now it is in 32 line. It is cross-checking whether it is valid or not. Again, it will go to the line number 40. Again, it is checking the condition. So if you see, it is extra work, right? It is doing extra work. Already you got the output. Already you know that in the first condition itself, you know that this we got a distinction. But why we need to check all these things? Suppose it's a 60%. First it will go and check this one. Next it will go and check this one. After that we don't need to check these two things, right? So it is unnecessary work on a computer. So we should write, whenever you write a program, you should take care of all these things, because this is also valid code. Nothing wrong in this. But if you observe clearly, we are putting extra effort on the computer. So here itself, line number 29 itself, we got the output. Now we no need to go and execute line number 32 and all these things. So that we should write program in a different way. So that is very important, because if this is not true, then only we should check this. If this is also not true, if this is also not true, then only we should go on try this. If this is also not true, then only it will go on test this. So that we should write a simple thing. So if, okay, here just put very closer to that, so that it will find that okay, you are writing to the same condition. So what I'm writing, if percentage is greater than or equal to 70, if it is true, you got the distinction. If this is false, if this is false, then only, else if means, if it is false, it will go to the else, and again you are trying to check one more condition. Okay, this is not greater than 70, but I want to check whether it is there in 70 and greater than 60. If this is also false, what you need to do, it will go to this block. So just put this like this here, else if percentage is greater than 70. So if you see how simple this program, what I'm writing, if percentage is greater than 70, console.log, you got the distinction. Else if, suppose if you have confusion, you can write like this. Else means if this is false, it will go to this line, and you are giving one more condition. So if this is valid, it will go to line number 32. If this is also not valid, at the time only it will go to the else block. It will check one more condition. If that is also false, again it will come. So here we can save some effort by the computer. So if you see, refresh right now, go to the sources. What is the value we have given? 75. If it is 75, just try to debug. So right now we are at line number 21, we got the value. And when it comes to line number 28, okay, it will check 75 is greater than or equal to 70. If it is true, it will display you got the distinction, and it will directly jump into line number 38. So it doesn't try to execute all these things, because else, if these are in else block, right? That means if this is failed, then only it will try to execute these lines. Now if you see, this is perfect. So right now, directly from line number 29, line number 32, it got jumped to 40. So if you want, I will try to do one more time for you. So observe carefully. So right now we are at line number 28. Check the condition. If it is true, it will display you got the distinction. That means the task is done. We don't need to check all these conditions because this is already valid. So now if I go to the next step, directly it will come out of this if and it doesn't execute line number 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37. So we no need to, right? Suppose in case if the value is if value is between 60 and 65, what will happen? It will check condition two times. So refresh. See, if it is 65, observe carefully. Right now, the value 65 is greater than or equal to 70. It is false, right? So that it will jump into line number 31 because this is false. That's why it will came to the else condition. Again, you are trying to check one more condition here. If it is true, it will go on display. You got the first class. If this is also false, if this condition is also false, then only it will go to the else block of this line number 33. So now in this situation, we got enter into the true block here, so that once it is completed, it will go out of the if conditions chain. So now we got the first class. I hope you guys understood. This is what the importance of else if. Okay, whenever you write a simple program, even if you write var a is equal to 10 and console.log of a, please try to learn from debugging. So debugging is very important even in the production. Once you got a job and once you're working in a company, always we should we are going to fix a lot of issues with the debugging, because if you do debugging, you can understand easily that what's happening, and you can understand where is the problem, so that based on that you can give a fix for that. So I hope you guys understood. So now if you guys understood, just ping me yes, and otherwise if you didn't understand, ask me. I will explain one more time. Simple. Who are watching the live, if you understand, just ping me yes that you understand. And from today onwards, everyone should practice, and whatever you have done a practice, send me a screenshot either in YouTube chat or Microsoft Team chat. Even both are not interested, just send me that screenshot to that svgi.naren@gmail.com, so I will cross check. So every student should practice by end of the day. That is the rule, because programming is different. If you don't practice for 2 days, it's gone. You should join the first session. Okay, if you miss 5 to 6 sessions, it's gone. Again, you should come back and you should join the first session, because 48% of the engineers are jobless graduates because we are not doing practice. Apart from that, there is no other reason. Opportunities are there, everything is there in the world. Only thing is we are not interested to attend the sessions regularly. We are not interested to do a practice more than 10 minutes. We are not interested to revise the sessions, but we need high salaries, high things. So don't expect that. I hope my students follow these things and you will be successful. Otherwise, no one can help you in the world. Okay, thank you. And if you understand, just pay me yes. And okay, still we have 9 minutes, so I will stop the YouTube live, and we can discuss. Even who was there in the YouTube, if you have any question, ask me. No problem, ask me. I will stop at 7 o'clock only. Okay, who are watching just for the content, you can leave now. And okay, students, how many of you have done practice in the YouTube channel? Like you join, right? How many of you have done a practice? Just ping me, because practice is more important. Practice is more important. If you're not doing practice, there is no use. I think this is not a good thing to ask in the live, right?